I frequently share a video response to questions presented to me on various social media platforms. And I was recently asked a question on my Facebook page, this question. And the question is, what do I do when a friend is experiencing overwhelmingly loss after loss? And she says, just sending my condolences just doesn't seem like enough. I get it. I can relate to that because I'm learning about people dying all the time in my ministry. And I remember when my son passed, there was an awkward silence and an absence of friends. And the day he passed, our house was full of people. And after that, people go on with their lives. And you have a memorial service, and then when the grief really starts to set in, I think people don't know that the people that are in mourning need the comfort and the presence of people, not their words. Your presence is the gift. And I believe our society has a very unhealthy relationship with the idea of death. We don't know what to say, we don't know what to do. We think celebrities and young children and our parents should live forever. Yeah, we struggle to find the right words and the time to support others who are in grief. And when we learn about someone else's pain and somebody else's loss, man, it triggers our fears and our sense of vulnerability and mortality. Like, who's going to be next? Somehow we think we're just going to arrive safely at our time of death or the death of our loved ones. Emotions are all over the place. You've got anger, you've got confusion, you've got shock, you've got hurt, sometimes guilt, mystery, and uncertainty. You want to help and you don't know how to do it. And you say things like, what can I remotely say that will be comforting? What actions can I offer that's going to make it easier for my friend? How do you avoid invading a griever's privacy? Those are some real questions. Condolences is an art that requires wisdom and tact and empathy and compassion and availability and courage. It means being honest about your own feelings and not trying to persuade the grieving person to hurry up and feel better. It's about being available to listen. The person who has died may or may not be in a good place, a better place, but I can guarantee you this: the grieving person is not in a good place. So let me offer these suggestions. Your interest is well meaning, but the question, like, how do you feel? It makes many grievers very cautious. Why? Because they're very likely to be hesitant to honestly tell you how they feel, because this is an open-ended question, and it means that they're open to being corrected or judged. Telling someone that I'm here for you, just let me know if there's anything I can do, that puts an additional burden on the grieving person, because now they've got the responsibility of identifying what you need to do, scheduling your support, and that's just one added burden. Your uncertainty about what to say or to do is natural. Just admit it honestly. Look, say things like, I heard about the passing of your loved one and I just don't know what to say. Now that's accurate and that's helpful. It assures the griever that you are not trying to tell him or her how to feel or what to feel. Just tell the griever what you would be happy to do. Is there something you could do? Deliver some food, run some errands, watch the children. Be specific in your commitment. Let the griever know that you're there to help relieve the burden. And don't ask them to make all the assignments. Think, realize that the grievers want to talk about the loss. I love when people ask me about my son. When someone undergoes the loss, they want to share their feelings and their stories. Just like when you have something good happen, you want to share what happens to you when it's good. It's the same thing when something bad happens. And offering an opportunity for the griever to speak, that's not an invasion of privacy. It's something the griever is probably looking forward to. So you could be non-invasive with your questions, and you could begin by saying things like, I heard what happened, and I can't even imagine what it's been like for you. Do you feel like talking about it? I think this shows some respect for the uniqueness of this person's emotions. You don't know what they're feeling. The inquiry, I believe, makes it clear that you're not trying to dictate to the person how to feel. Say things like, I will listen without judgment. I'm available. Help the griever to talk about the departed. Whether the griever's relationship to the deceased was good or bad or indifferent, because people grieve in different ways and have different types of relationships. So make the conversation, easy by listening to the hints that the griever gives you about the relationship. Things like, you can say things like, it sounds like the two of you had a lot of things, a lot of memories together. This can't be an easy time for you. Learn to actively and empathetically listen, because it's difficult to talk about the loss. The griever might assume that you'd rather talk about something else. So they need your permission to talk about it. Show your willingness to hear them by nodding when they're talking or keeping eye contact and just learning how to be an attentive listener. This is the most effective communication you could ever offer to a grieving person. Don't be afraid to laugh, and don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to pray. Whatever you think is most appropriate. I hope that the person who sent me the question has a chance to listen to this video. I hope that it gave some insight, because this idea of dealing with grief and dealing with loss for yourself or for those that you care about, it's a tricky place to be, because every scenario is different. But know that you cannot fix people. You cannot be their savior. You have to learn that just your presence is an amazing gift. Don't struggle with the words. Let them feel, let them hear, let them see that you are there for them. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this video. God bless you. Be safe, be encouraged, and stay in the light.